And every time I hear it, I'm like, people in Finland are mad.
That's good. My tractor trailer drivers were all getting on each other about moose back then because they're all from the south on that tour, and
The
and
plural
southern
word for moose is meese.
meese. These guys were just afraid of hitting one of these, and we were flying at that point, and our tour buses were waiting for us at the next destination. So
Moose will
it's
take you out.
they would. That's why these guys are all panicking. They're on their CBs with each other, making that was probably my longest tour because we were out with country artists, and which kind of was weird because I was with the band U2 before that. I did the Unforgettable Fire tour, Europe and the United States. I was a lighting technician.
Okay, I was about to ask you what your profession was. The lighting technician.
Now I'm an
He's a
AV
stage
tech.
manager.
I did that last year. I got back into business in 2019. My best friend, after my wife passed away, said you gotta get off the couch, and he dragged me out to the Pentatonics like 7 months after my wife passed. And I haven't been on the road probably for 20, 25 years or so, or more, and it was a difference.
That's good.
Yeah,
Get back out there.
I did. Last year I was out with Black Crowes, stage manager, and did a lot of festivals all around the country, and then I
Black
jumped
Crows, them brothers clash heads.
What is that?
You're cutting out.
Have their little issues.
Yeah, LB, I think you're
Chris just liked to smoke a lot, so.
Yeah.
LB, you're.
Yeah, I'm driving some roads. Hold on, you'll be in and out.
My brother, he went to school at Western Kentucky University, and I don't remember which brother, but he roomed with one of the brothers because they're originally from Bowling Green.
Well, Rich is runs the band, the guitar player. He runs everything. I mean, all the way down. And then his guitar tech was a pain in my butt, but I love him. But he was, when you're stage manager and you got to be in charge of the guy who's, he's a tech and he's a guitar guy for the leader of the band, and they're tight, and it got to be a little pushy. But then I went out, funny one, which I don't get to pick who I work for sometimes. I went out with, last August, I was out with LL Cool J and the Roots, which was pretty fun. LL Cool J was something, I mean, you don't get to pick, So it's like.
It's a little different.
Well, it was, especially, I was in St. Louis one day, with the Crows, and then the next day I jumped over to Albuquerque, New Mexico with LL Cool J and the Roots, and we had Ice-T with us. It was his 50th year of hip hop or something.
Have you ever worked with Black Keys?
No, but I opened up for him that day in St. Louis with the Black Crows, and Modern English was playing with us too. There's an 80s on that.
Modern English.
And I knew it. And oh yeah, they were great. I've done a few shows back in the 80s with them, so I was talking to the drummer about that.
That's one of my favorite songs ever. I Melt With You.
Yeah.
That song has got me laid so many times and it ain't even funny.
Well, I still listen to that stuff, it's at my age, and I still listen to heavy metal. I back in the day, at one point I toured with, I was in between tours, and I spent a couple months with Metallica on Ride the Lightning tour, which was not my kind of music, and no, my friend, I have a friend now who's out, they're just finishing up in Spain with Metallica, and Pantera's been out with them a lot, and Wolfgang Van Halen and stuff like that. But I mean, he just makes fun of them because he's like, I'm trying to sleep under the stage and they're too damn loud. Like, I mean, that's the way, you know, we look at stuff like that. So,
Right.
but I like listening to you guys. You don't talk about politics. It's so cool.
Yeah, we try not
would
to.
be.
Every once in a while we do,
Good.
but we try to avoid that. We get sucked in every once in a while, but it's yeah. We
Don't
try to
do
keep
it.
it. We try to keep it positive and upbeat, and that's really fucking hard to do when you're talking about politics. So.
Well, the cool thing I've found out lately is just when people start talking about politics, I just shut my mouth, don't say a thing, and they look at me like, "Oh, aren't you going to defend?"
Oh, you're cutting out.
Her? It's my deal, you know. Sorry, I live in this nice little town called Simsbury, Connecticut, which is a nice, really nice, ritzy kind of town in Connecticut. Am I back?
Yeah, no, you're back.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So have you listened to us before?
No, actually, I was tired of listening to all the BS, and I just scanned through, and you guys were I like to enter like during people's lives that I wouldn't, you know, nothing against you, but just never around people like that a lot, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you do what I do, you become an introvert a lot, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Because everybody's, you know, give me tickets to shows, do that. Oh, you know this person, you know that person. It's like, and you try to be excited for them, but it's like, yeah, they're just like, we're family, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, did you get an autograph? It's like, well, no. That'd be kind of weird. Just say, hey, can I have your autograph? You know, even though you're paying me an outrageous amount of money a week and per diem and all that. Nah,
Yeah.
that's just not the way it works, you know? So,
That would be very
but,
annoying.
hey,
Seems like.
you know, you do different shows. Like, go ahead.
Well, no, that just seems like it would be a very annoying,
No,
like,
well, one of the best.
piece of that job, like, because I'm not a person that gets. I could give a fuck about celebrities. Like, they're just people. Like, I don't care, like,
Exactly.
even a little bit. So that seems like that would be a very annoying part of that job.
Well, some of them are, you know, some of them are lame, some aren't. I mean, I did a tour, and I don't want to name drop on this, but this was my mom's favorite one I did because she got to meet some people she really loved. And I was out with Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton for 2 years, which was, for me, was like, oh my God, really?
The Silver Fox?
Oh man, Kenny and me. So my mom got to meet all of them, and Lee Greenwood was touring with them at the time, and
Dude, Kenny
I have a
always
zillion.
looks so shampooed.
Well, if you look at the picture,
Uh-oh.
Cutting out.
Cutting out a little bit on us again.
it's really cool. Look, it's very laid back. No, I mean, it was cool. It was like being family. It was family, and the only reason I left because my son was born. So
How many songs
I mean, we were
did
5.
Lee Greenwood sing? Just one?
He had a lot of them, but the big thing was, it's like, because I was around their lighting tech, and it was like, all right, you know, he'd cue some spotlights and say, look, let's find the American flag here, because, you know, back in, you know, this was 80,
Yeah.
well, so 87, 87's when I left him, so it was 2 years after that, but that was his song back then, but, you know.
So he sung that and just walked off the stage.
No, he sung a bunch of them. The cool part was his son was the drummer, and he was closer to my age, and me and him hung out a lot. And Dad was not the dad you'd want to have around. It'd be like, hey, isn't that your dad going on the bus with another girl? It's like, you know, oh yeah, there was a lot. Oh yeah, come on, you kidding me? I mean, there's stories.
That's cool. I mean, I'll probably like it too.
I mean, it was weird back and you got to remember the 80s where there was no internet. You know, we were like I went to Australia for 5 weeks, argued with my ex-wife, now ex-wife. You know, I was married
no
3
internet
times.
and Coca-Cola was cool.
Coke. I was a Pepsi guy. Back then.
I didn't mean the drink.
Oh, well, yeah, that called them card games, but that's all right. It was one of our little pet peeves. I can tell there's stories, but you know, can't tell the stories. But no,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't have an idea. There you go. Let me tell you, I did. One time I was at that club I was telling you about. That I did Boy George. We did Greg Allman one night there,
Ooh,
and
now that's an asshole. Greg Allman is an asshole.
Luckily, I don't have to deal with those guys, but there's some of their fans were pretty. Yeah, he did. They're probably both doing the same stuff together, you know. But
Cher's married to right now.
Who? I don't know.
Have you not like heard about it? She's married to like a 23-year-old black man.
Well, that's the thing nowadays. Younger guys are going after older women.
She's older than you, though.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. That's a funny one. But
remember her in Mask?
Yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah. You know what was funny? I did back in the day. I was in between some of these tours. I was a lighting designer for this band, Go West. And
I know it.
You know Go West? That song, "You Close Your Eyes."
I love that song. Is stuck in my head forever.
We were close. You were from England. It was after I did U2 because something happened on the tour and I had to run lights for 4 shows, which normally I shouldn't have to do. Well, I did a lot of stuff on that tour I normally don't do. So, and the LD gave me the lighting designer gave me the gig with Go West in the United States. It was pretty cool. We were out with Hart and stuff like that.
Go West.
They were a good band, good people for Brits, you know. But the last show.
No.
The last show we were at. They have a song in Rocky IV. And so Stallone came by in the afternoon. We were at the Hollywood and Vine in Florida.
Who has a song in Rocky IV?
Go West. Remember the song that the robot plays and stuff, and there's a few other ones like that. Yeah. So he came by, the short little guy he is, and brought some tour jackets for these guys. But at the end of the night, it was the end of the tour, so I'm just getting back from the bus with some of my junk, and there's Tony Danza. He's walking out the door, and I seen him earlier in the show, hanging out. I'm like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "Oh, they won't let me up there." I says, "Come on." And I tell you what, come on, Tony.
Come on, you're the boss, Tony.
And the boys are taking pictures up in the dressing room, and I was like, "Hey guys, I got somebody for you to meet." And they're just like, "Cool," this is, So we ended up, but we ended up partying.
Like a taxi here.
Yeah. And we ended up partying pretty late, but he had to shoot the next.
Tony Danza?
Yeah. They were, there's a lot of people. I mean,
I know, but Tony Danza is special.
What?
Well,
Why? Why is he special?
Because I love Who's the Boss.
Yeah, that's what he wanted us to come out to one of those. But I was flying home the next day. I don't know if the band did or whatever, but I was on my way to the next. I had home for a little while. If you said that
you partied with Scott Baio, then I'd be like,
I've partied with Billy Idol and a bunch of people like that.
I heard Scott Baio is weak.
He's
well,
what?
You know who I
What you heard Scott Baio is what?
Weak?
Weak in the bed.
Okay.
You know who was a great guy to meet, and I think he was probably one of the friendliest, and even though I've been around, I was one time Elton John was by the pool, and a few of my guys worked for him.
You will never carved in stone.
What the
Elton
fuck?
John talked to us for at least 45 minutes. And
Yeah?
that's unusual for celebrity people to do that.
I know I will.
What are you
And I
doing?
tell myself I'm over you, king of wishful thinking.
So Ronnie, did you like Yes, the band Yes ever?
They're alright. Roundabout's okay.
I did 90125 solos
I'm
tour
not-
with them.
If you're a drummer, you like Yes. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not
John,
I'm not
come on, man. John Anderson, the singer, he's an awesome guy.
John Anderson?
Awesome, yes, he's
Are you talking about the
awesome.
country singer John Anderson?
No, I'm talking about the lead singer for Yes.
You know who John Anderson is, though.
Not really.
He
I
sings
know.
Send Old Wind.
Well, you know what I had to run lights for? I used to have to run lights for Sawyer Brown and this band.
Sawyer Brown.
Yeah, those guys were.
Didn't John Anderson, John Anderson, the country singer, didn't he die during COVID?
I think he did.
I'm pretty sure he died of
Can you?
COVID.
I think you're right on that. Sawyer Brown, dude. In that music video, and he rides that chair when he kicks up on that chair and rides it over.
I tell you
that's
that
one of the
lead
coolest things ever.
that lead singer. I played a little touch football with those guys for just not long because I didn't want to get hurt. Those guys are nuts. Those guys are nuts. They're super athletes.
I thought his name was Sawyer Brown.
I don't. You know what? We don't. You know. All I know is he made it big by Star Search. It's like I had to run lights for a part of this with T. Graham Brown, and his big thing was the McDonald's $1 Million Minute back. That's how old I remember all that stuff. You know,
Lord, I do too.
he was a good guy too. I liked him, but. Like
So
I
are you
said,
still
after
doing? Are you still working doing that stuff?
I've gotten into corporate tech, which pays outrageous because corporate.
Suburbs of Connecticut right now.
Well, right now, but I used to work up a lot in Boston, and I'm kind of gonna take some time off this summer because I want to play more golf, man. You know, it's just I have a pension and all that, so I don't need to do that. It's kind of, I guess it's my therapy. It's kind of keeps me from thinking about my wife of 27 years, you know. I lost her in one day, and it was, and let me tell you, she handled all the money and everything, and I was totally lost.
So when did she pass away?
May 2019. So it's been tough. It's been tough. I mean, but like my son, who I ended up leaving everything for, you know, it's so funny. This company that booked me on these things, they tried to entice me to stay back on the road, and they're trying to give me Michael Jackson. And I said, well, where's the shows? They go, oh, it's in Japan. And it's like, no, my kid's just born. I want to be home. I don't want to go to Japan, you know? It's so...
Do you you have one son?
One that I know of.
How old is he?
He is 38 now. He lives in Fort Worth, Texas. Actually, I got to see him. I did that. You ever hear of South by Southwest?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I did South by Southwest this year in Austin for 6 nights, which got a little weird. I mean, a lot of protesters and all that stuff. But
Supposed to be super fun, though.
Have illegitimate children out there, though.
excuse me?
I said you probably really do have illegitimate children out there, though, right?
There are no illegitimate
I would
children.
imagine. I don't know. Nobody's contacted
Being on the road like that?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, some of the, you know, people like when you're touring with Yes or, you know, Thomas Dolby, there's not as many women trying to, you know, go nuts on you.
Ain't
But
nobody going crazy over Thomas
Right.
Dolby.
right. So when you're out with like Metallica, now that was different, of course, or U2, which was
with science.
he, you know, he did you like Def Leppard then, don't you? Or
Love
you know,
Def Leppard.
He
I
did a
saw
lot
Def
of.
Leppard live at Starwood, Nashville, with Journey.
Well, Thomas Dolby did a ton of work on the album with on Hysteria with Def
Really?
Leppard. Yeah, and he wouldn't put his name. We got this.
That makes sense because there's a lot of synth in there.
You know,
I get it. I get it now.
that he's like Prince was. Prince was a genius type of, you know, he knew how to do everything.
I love Prince.
Yeah.
I got to meet him. I got to meet him once,
You
and
ever met Chris Cornell?
Chris Cornell. No, but I know who you're talking about. I think.
Soundgarden.
I think. Oh, all right. I'm metal stuff. Some of metal, the latest stuff. I'm not. I don't. Well, Soundgarden, I never really listened to. I can honestly say, but I've never had to do anything with them either. I don't think, but
well, like Prince, he did a cover of "Nothing Compares to You" that Prince wrote.
Yeah.
And they released it right after he hung himself.
Well, it was like Sinead O'Connor. He wrote that song for her, but
Yeah.
it was like Dolly Parton writing songs like
Shine Down.
when Dolly wrote that song that Madonna did. No, who was it? Whitney Houston did.
I'll always love you.
But you know who wanted that song before that? The Colonel got a hold of Dolly. He wanted that song.
Who did?
But the Colonel, Elvis Presley's manager.
Oh yeah, his manager. Yeah.
And Dolly said, "I'm not selling the song, but you can do it, and I'll get the money." And the Colonel wouldn't go for it, so Elvis never did the song,
Dude,
which is
the
pretty weird.
Colonel was a piece of shit.
Yes, he was. He messed up Elvis.
He killed Elvis.
Yes, he did. But he's, but all those, they're cool people. Listen, I just got home, guys. I appreciate you letting me up. I'm definitely going to check you out again. I love this good conversation.
Yeah, come back for sure. You were very
Good talking to you,
good
man.
talk to.
I'm following you right now.
I don't think I post much, so or anything, because
I don't
know. I kind of got to be careful, what I say and stuff. If somebody, don't want it. I mean, I'm going to tour and do shows as long as I can. As long as I'm pretty good shape, but I don't want to mess it up by social media,
I don't blame you.
So. Well, and mostly,
right,
usually what we talk about here is more like along the lines of like mental health stuff and that kind of thing. So if you're interested, we could, if you want to come back, that's usually the angle we talk.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, see, the whole mental, I have a weird thing about, and I knew the other guy was talking about therapists and stuff, but, I gotta tell you, I'm not into the whole psychiatrist stuff. I've been through a lot of bad things in my life. I've been through, because of what I did. This is all I wanted to do my whole life. I mean, I literally, like, since I was, a kid, I literally, since I hung the Monkees pictures on my, back in the day when the Monkees show was big, I had pictures of them. And I actually got the chance one time and sat and talked with him and Peter Tork. They were visiting this other band, and the LD came to me. He's like, "Bob, you gotta meet these guys." I was like, "Who?" That's a surprise, and it's like, holy shit, And I was like, "God."
Mickey was supposed to be the coolest.
He was the manager. Davy Jones was on Broadway doing Oliver and all that stuff.
I know, but Mickey hung out the Viper Room and stuff.
Yeah, he was more of the management side of things. There's always somebody. It's like Metallica. It's Lars's band.
Mickey's not cool.
I don't know. I never met him. I met Peter Tork and Davy Jones, and that's about it. But I'm sure Mickey Dolenz out there doing stuff. Still, you never know. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork nowadays.
Lars Ulrich is garbage.
Who?
Lars.
Lars is an interesting guy. When I knew him back in the day.
He shut down Napster. Forget him.
He was funny because it was like he was so into me working for. When I first met him was Europe, and when I was with U2, and then I had time off in between because I wouldn't go back to Europe. Europe wasn't my favorite place in the 80s. And I wouldn't go back, and he's like, I seen him at a club. He's like, come on and work with us. We're at this place tomorrow. Come on the road with us. I was like, sure, I got a couple months off. You want to pay me because I work for you too? Go right ahead. It's like, but he was interesting. But I did give my best friend a job with him, and he stayed out with him for like 3 albums, I think, before he got fired from him. But
I bet Lars fired him too.
Yeah.
hey, well, yeah, Lars sells the managers, but I tell you what, they do a lot of interesting things nowadays. Because my friend's been texting me since they were in Germany with Metallica all the way through to like today. He's flying home from Spain, so he's been out since late May. So, and then they're coming, and then I get to see him. They're coming to Foxborough in Massachusetts. So go hang out with him for
a cover band.
Oh, when I was out with them, this was a funny one. They were doing like bigger clubs type stuff, and it was them. It was Metallica, Armored Saint, and Wasp.
Oh, Wasp.
All together every night, and there was always this who's gonna open and who's it was just such a they were so
My husband would be into that.
Well, for me, I was like in Coliseum level tours. Coliseums are easier. I mean, like when we were out with LL Cool J, it was like 7 tractor trailers, which my friend from Metallica, he was laughing at me. He goes, 7 tractor trailers? We got that just for our stage. I'm like, yeah, but you're doing stadiums. I'm doing Coliseums. It's like, but
I'll tell you one thing: you couldn't name a band Wasp now.
No, well, I actually met.
It's not just Wasp. It's the acronym. That's how they.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's like, you know what? That's like, can you imagine if a show like All in the Family was on nowadays, or even MASH for that much? I mean, MASH was pretty sexual and little, demeaning to women.
Doing over in Vietnam right now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it was set in the 80s after Vietnam.
Yeah, but it's like, it's a weird place to say this, but it's like when people say make America great again, America was great before the freaking internet. I'm sorry, I'm just old,
right.
so I can say that.
I agree with that. That's not political.
I mean, that is just everything. It was, even when I was out with the Pentatonics, there's so many young kids and so many women on a tour. I mean, I had 2 women on our tour bus. And it gets kind of
wild back then. Y'all didn't have a phone either.
But yeah,
if you were gone out of your eyesight, they were gone.
Well, the thing back in the day, what we did, we had one guy on the crew on one of the tours I was on. He would have this thing where we go to where the sports guys were, and he could connect into their lines, and we'd all be like, Zabinga phones in this room, and we'd call it that. And everybody would go in and call home to their girlfriends and stuff like that, That's it. And, but, it was a weird life, but I'm glad, I can still do it. I mean, it's like young kids nowadays don't work hard. I mean, it's like the corporate stuff I do up in Boston. Guys are just worried about other things than taking pride in what they do. And nobody takes pride in it anymore. That's why everybody keeps hounding me to come back up there. And,
did Eddie Murphy go on tour with this song, Party All the Time?
I don't know.
That'd be weird to see him up on stage singing and not telling jokes.
Well, you know what was weird? Having in catering with Ice-T in there on the phone talking like he's from the freaking ghetto, and I'm sitting there like, he's like, this ain't that, he ain't no gangster yet. And I'm sitting there going, I'm thinking, isn't this guy a multi-millionaire actor, and he's talking like he's street? It just, I was like,
my live just got restricted because it contains reproduced content.
What's reproduced content?
We're just sitting here fucking talking.
Wow. I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
Like,
Did
so
nobody-
it just got pulled down off the FYP for reproduced content.
Oh, you know what? It was a song you were playing in the background.
Dude,
Probably.
that was hours ago.
I know. Well, they're slow, I guess. Well, listen,
What
guys,
the
I really
fuck?
gotta run in. It's actually 85 degrees here at 10 o'clock in Connecticut. So.
Okay.
Which
Well,
is
do
pretty
come back
crazy.
though. We
I
do
will.
even the mental health conversations we have are fun. They're not shrinky kind of conversations. They're
That's all right. I understand.
all right.
I understand. Hey, I'm in the music business. Mental health, come on, it's right in there.
All right. Well, it was good
I
talking
mean,
to you.
Hey, it was good talking to you, man.
All right, man. Good. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Where did Art go? We had Art come back and then he left. All right. Well, Ronnie, what's up, man? I think I've actually got my shit figured out now, so I can pay attention.
I'm sorry that I did that.
No,
didn't
I
know.
don't think I don't know even know that that's what it was.
I don't think that's what it was.
I get random restrictions for I don't even know what. Like I get those at least once a week for usually I don't ever figure out what I did that I got the restriction for. Almost ever. So that's okay. Like I don't blame you at all. I don't even know that that's what it was. So I guess I'll go find out. I'll go watch back. Like it'll tell you what time during the live it was, but even usually when I watch it back I can't figure out what they think I did.
Got you.
So, anyway.
That guy was cool.
Yeah, he was. He sounds like.
No, I mean like that might be one of the coolest guys I've ever talked to in my entire life.
That's the fun of doing these lives. It's like people wander in that it's just the most random shit. Like you never know when you get on in the morning, like what you're gonna end up talking about.
That man is 63 and don't sound like it.
Mm-mm. No, he doesn't. He sounds
Sounds like a young man.
Uh-huh. He sounds like he's lived a life, though, man.
I know.
Like he's done some shit. Like,
What are you kidding about? Like he's like, I might have some kids out there.
right?
What are you joking about?
Yep. Well, and usually what, like how my show started, what we would initially do is just kind of like have some random whoever come up from the comments that was wanted to talk, and we would just like pick their brain, like mental health wise, just kind of like get to know you, but like in depth, right? Like I ask you 100 million questions about yourself, like everything, even uncomfortable stuff. That's how that's how the show really started. He would be a really fun one to do that. So I wonder if he would ever let me do that. But you might be a fun one to do that with too.
What are you talking about?
Did you hear what I was saying?
Yeah, how you used to get people to come in and ask them uncomfortable things.
No, not a couple things.
Uncomfortable things.
I guess I don't know. Like, so you're from?
You can ask me anything you want to. I'll answer.
Where did you say you're at?
Memphis.
Memphis. So it's like I was halfway paying attention, but I was more paying attention to trying to get my like technical shit working earlier. So Memphis. I have to write stuff down because I have like very little short-term memory, and I will tell you that I'm not gonna stay on too much longer. Like I've been super, super sick, so I don't have very much energy at all. Like I've been sleeping like for days.
That's cool.
Okay, how old are you?
37.
Oh, you're a youngin'.
Yes. It's all relative.
It is. Well, relative to me, you're a youngin'. Oh, hey, they approved my appeal, so they took off my restriction, so we can go back out to the FYP now. Yay. So apparently I wasn't doing whatever the fuck they thought I was doing.
Somebody trolling you.
I guess. So stupid. Alright. So you're 37. Are you working?
Yeah, I'm a personal injury lawyer.
Oh, that's right. You guys talked about that.
No, I'm not working today. Today's my day off. about to go play golf in a little bit.
How do you decide that you want to be a personal injury lawyer?
I don't know. Went to school because my parents wanted me to go to school. Then I had to go to school after school, so I went to law school.
But you don't remember like what the moment was that you were like, I think I want to go to law
I
school.
never wanted to be. I just wanted to be something. But I like what I do, and I do help people.
So it could have been anything. You were just like, that just seems like the
It
thing.
was either that or a doctor, an accountant, dentist. I mean, I was pre-med, like when I first started college, I was pre-med. And I was like, I can't do this math.
Oh, okay. So it was like, okay, that's not gonna work. So maybe
Yeah,
this
exactly.
path.
Yep.
Okay, that seems reasonable. That might
I
have.
also wanted to go into broadcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What do
never
you do?
did. Well, I'm kind of a lot. So, I've like supervised and managed call centers for most of my life. Like I dropped out of high school and went to cosmetology school and did hair for like a while, and then couldn't do that anymore because I fucked up my shoulders, and then just kind of like worked my way up through, like started off just like working in a call center and then ended up managing them for like 20 something years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So then I just kind of like had this like mental breakdown a while back and just stopped doing that. And like I have a lot of like mental problems. When we're done talking, or at some point later, if you're interested, I have a few pinned videos on my TikTok that kind of go in depth of all of it. But like, sorry, my cat is doing something. You good, buddy?
It's okay not to be okay.
Oh no, and I'm pretty open book about it. Like, that's kind of the whole purpose of this show. Actually, is to talk about that and make it be like normalized and have a place for people to come and talk about it. So
Yeah, I could tell when that last guy was on here, you were like,
yeah.
this is not what I started this for.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we can talk about anything, but that's kind of
Right,
like
right. I got you.
that's kind of what it was. So like I've had mental health problems my whole life. I've not been able to like really function normally, just for whatever reason, but I've been on and off like 100 million meds, but I had some med changes a few months ago that kind of like
Are you married?
yeah. Poor guy.
Okay.
Poor guy.
No,
yeah.
I'm just
No,
asking.
for real. But I had some med changes a few months ago that kind of made a whole bunch of the puzzle pieces like click into place and made it to where I became a lot more able to like function as a human being. And it's just been very weird, like walking through that and being able to like talk to people. Like I don't have friends and I can't communicate with people, generally speaking, my whole life. I've been an introvert. I have had like 3 friends that I've had and kept since like I was a child. That's it. So this right here is brand new.
That's good though.
It is good, but it's weird. And
Well,
so it's kind of like, that's kind of the,
Step out of your comfort zone. I said you get to step out of your comfort zone.
Well, but that's the funny thing though, is I'm not, like I am 100% comfortable that,
Oh.
so,
Okay.
whatever happened with like getting my meds right, I think has brought out like what my actual personality was supposed to be all along. I just had a chemical imbalance in my brain that wasn't letting it happen. So I had like super bad like treatment resistant depression. So when I got the right antidepressant, all of a sudden I'm like this perky, bubbly, social person. that I just never knew I was because I had such bad depression sitting on top of it that wouldn't let me be. But I also had super bad ADHD. So that went crazy for a few months. But once I've got that kind of managed, now that's what this is. So if you would have met me 6 months ago, you wouldn't be looking at even the same person.
I got you.
So it's trippy to people that are in my life have been in my life all along. It's very hard to kind of like absorb what's going on and what's happened.
How'd you meet your husband?
We met in an AOL chat room in 1999.
That's cool.
Yeah. Some people say that, like, that's cool, and some people are like, what?
Well, in 1999, I mean, that's a long time. That's cool back then.
Yeah.
If you do it now, it's not cool.
Well, I mean, it's different. Like, people meet on, like, Tinder or TikTok or whatever.
I know, but that's not as cool as meeting in an AOL chat room in 99.
I don't know. Back then, people were like, really meeting people on the internet. It's going to be a serial killer.
I know what
Yeah. Yeah, we met online. Way back, we were trailblazers. We met online before it was cool to meet online.
Trailblazers.
So yeah, we've been married for
I was on AOL
17
back
years.
then.
Yeah?
I was 13 in 1999. I was on AOL talking to all the girls at school. Had my away message like in the shower right now.
That was funny. Yeah. That was back in the day. We were...
Yeah, I had Napster. That's why I was telling him earlier I didn't like Lars Ulrich from Metallica because he ruined Napster.
Yup, he did. That's what my husband is super into all of that shit. I'm not so much, but
I'm into it. I love it.
mm-hmm. So, you're a lawyer. I need a lawyer. I really fucking need a lawyer, actually.
What?
Because I'm getting like a small business going. I need like a business lawyer in Missouri.
I got you.
No one?
What?
Do you know a business attorney in Missouri?
Oh, I don't.
Oh. That sucks. It's like, I'm trying to get this business up and going, but that's where I'm kind of stuck right now. It's like, I need to find somebody that I trust because I need to incorporate so I can order some shit, and I don't know what to do. Like, I don't really know how to do that.
Look at their reviews.
Is it really that simple?
Yes.
But
It
what
is.
if they're shitty? Like, what if the reviews are wrong? Like, can't a lawyer, like, royally fuck you if they're, like, bad?
Well, yeah, but that's why I said read the reviews first.
Yeah, but I don't trust reviews because I know that people pay
Yeah, I
people
got
to
you.
give you
Yeah,
good
you
reviews.
make your own reviews, I know. Yeah.
So it's like I want somebody that I know to tell me that this person is a good lawyer, that they know that they've worked with them or something, and I can't find anybody that I know to be like, yes, this is a good lawyer.
I don't know anybody in Missouri, period.
It's like
I went to Cape Girardeau once.
Well, shit. It's like I've been trying to put my feelers out in like 100 different ways to find somebody who knows. Like, I've lived here my whole life. Why can't I find somebody who has worked with a business attorney? There's got to be somebody I know. But the thing is, I've been such an introverted person. I don't know anybody. I don't know people. So.
I'm about to have to go get in the shower and go golf.
Yeah. No, that's okay because normally we stop at 9 anyway, so I'm about to shut this down because I've been sick and I'm tired and I want to go back to bed. So.
Well, good talking to you.
Yeah, you too. So come join us again sometime. You're a good conversationalist. I like it. Oh, here, let me make sure I'm following you before. Oh, I'm not. Okay. I'm going to follow you. And now you have to follow me so we can be friends.
I already did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for keeping the conversation going today. I super appreciate it. Oh, did I miss somebody? Sorry, Llama Somerville. We're shutting it down, or else I would let you up to talk. But it's time for Carrie to go nighty night.
Take it easy, Carrie.
All right, you too. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys. Hey, buddy. How are you? Can you guys hear me? Trevor, let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Kelton. So can you hear me? Kelton, let me know. And I don't know. I'm not a gamer. This is just a chat, and I'm normally on TikTok, so. But I can play. I can learn. Willing to try. So I think I'm gonna try, like, after my normal show on TikTok in the mornings, maybe coming over here to some of the other platforms and talking to you guys. So if there's something else to try, let me know. So, you got to tell me if you can hear me. Hello, 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 hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Can you guys hear me? Oh, it made me smaller. Oh, it made me smaller. That's not bad. We're good. Me over here breaking shit. So this is me starting in Twitch instead of TikTok. Me over here breaking shit. So this is me starting in Twitch instead of TikTok. But
Hey, how's it going?
good, are you busy?
Nope. What's up?
Okay, so I'm playing around with different streams, right? I'm live actually, so sorry, but so I'm playing around with different streams, I'm on Twitch, right? I'm live actually, so sorry. Yeah. And they have this thing called Stream Together that they're promoting, and it acts a lot like the multi-guest on TikTok that they're promoting, and I mean, it acts a lot like. Well, it's like they're promoting it where it's like managing guests, where it's like it's my platform and I can pull in other Twitch people to talk about whatever. Like, it's the same.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about whatever.
Like, it's the same.
There is. Need a new lighter.
I thought it looked like it was going to be complicated. It took me like 10 minutes to figure out how to set it up, and I'm live on it right now. Multi-guest format. I thought it looked like it was going to be complicated. It took me like 10 minutes to figure out how to set it up, and I'm live on it right now.
Can I get on Twitch that way? Like, can I get on Twitch through a web browser?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I'm on it right now.
Okay. And you're live on it. Are you using the other software?
Yeah, that's how I'm on it. Well, so I'm live on. The reason I even started messing with it was because it actually wasn't pushing. Well, so I'm live on through my restream. So that's why I started fucking with it. So that part of it wasn't working. So I'm live on all the other ones through restream and then directly through Twitch. So that part of it wasn't working. So I'm live on all. Do you want to come over? Through restream and then. Want to come play? You want to come over and play with me?
I can do it later because I have to actually drive to. I have to go to the truck and drop off the trailer at my But when I get to where I'm going, I'll give you a call and I'll give it. No, I'll have to get it on my phone. Then I'll call you later because I've got to go drop this thing off, and it's like 45 minutes away, and then I'm gonna stay there for a minute and hang out. But now, you know what? Fuck that. I'll just do this for a little while because you're set up now. Let me finish smoking or whatever, and I will go downstairs
Okay. You gonna call me back
So
then?
the Twitch account, yeah, it'll only take me like, I'll be down there in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Just, yeah, having a
Okay.
coffee.
You gonna call me back then?
I'll be right there in just a minute, and I will call you when I get there.
Okay.
And you may need to walk me through stuff, but I'm sure it's not gonna be terrible.
It's not hard.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do it because there's a lot of science podcasts and stuff that I'm interested in.
It's not
So
hard. Okay.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Hey, Kelton and Cheyenne and Nicola. I don't have a fan group, but I've been told that I should, and I'm on Discord as Carrie Can't Play, but I don't really get on there that much, so I hate to like direct people there because I don't want you to go over there and then have me not answer you. So probably really the best place for you to get to send a message for me to answer you is right where you are, because I come here every day and check. So on Trovo, like in this live chat and right here. So I'm here every day. So on Trovo, like in this live chat and TikTok. Right here. TikTok, I'm there more. I'm not on TikTok the most often, but I know a lot of the Trovo folks are very anti-TikTok. So if you're one of the anti-TikTokers, Trovo here would be the best option. I know a lot of the Trovo folks are very anti-TikTok. So if you're one of the anti-TikTokers, Trovo here. But it's like I don't know much about Twitch, but I know one of the things that we've been, I don't know, like I've been tossing around the idea of just kind of like, I don't know much about Twitch, but I know one of the things a little away from TikTok. Like I don't know. It's hard because like I feel like there's okay. The whole purpose of me doing, not the whole purpose, there were a few purposes. I don't even know if anybody's listening to this, but if you are, there were a few purposes of me doing this streaming business in the first place, or to be able to get away from corporate America, where I was losing my cougars. Cannot do it. I have to do something else for a living because I will lose my goddamn mind if I have to be in that world. I feel like I can be helpful to people because I have such bad mental health problems and have worked my way through them. And I feel like I am able to like reach people in a way that a lot of people can't. Talk to people, reach out, chat, talk, whatever. But I have to figure out a way to make money doing it, or else it can't work, right? But also, part of the point was to reconnect with my kids. And sorry, I'm gonna be fucking with this camera a little bit. But also, spend more time with them and be like, at least partially stay-at-home mom. So if I have to spend 14 hours a day on here to make enough money for it to work, then this is a fail. This is not working. Because then I am spending just as little time with them as I was before any of this happened. So ooh, what did I win? What did we win? I don't even know what that means. I gotta put these chips away before I gain 10 pounds. So I'm thinking that TikTok's where it's at because that's where I've got my following. That's where I've built it up, right? I got 13,000 followers on TikTok. So I'm thinking that. But TikTok's where it's at because that's where I've got my following. That's where I've built it up, right? I got 13,000 followers on TikTok. I still haven't figured out a way to monetize that, you know? And maybe I just need to be patient. But then sometimes I have voices in my ears tell me to move over. But then sometimes I have voices in my ears tell me to move over. Did that fix anything? Multistreaming. From what? Oh. That. Oh. Thanks. From. Oh. Thanks. Welcome, welcome. Can you guys hear me? Welcome, welcome. Can you guys hear me? Hello, it's me. I'm in California. Hello, it's me. I'm in California. How about now? How about now? Oh, that should be too much. How about now? How about now? Oh, that should be too much. How about now? Oh, that's how about now? Oh, that's too much. How about now? How about now? Oh, that's too much. How about now? Oh, that's 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 how about now? At all? At all? At all? Oh, Jesus fuck. At all? At all? Why does that still have an echo?